G'day everyone, my name's Daniel from Daniel Renison Photography and welcome to Exposed in Nature. Thanks very much for watching, I really do appreciate it. You know, there's an old saying in photography that the most important part of any camera is the 12 inches behind the camera, and it's so true. You can buy the latest, the greatest, the most expensive, highest megapixel count camera that you can find, and it's no guarantee that you're going to take amazing landscape photos. The only tried and true guaranteed method for improving your landscape photography is to invest in yourself, learn the fundamentals of landscape photography, and then get out there in the field, enjoy the hobby and practice the craft of landscape photography. In my opinion, the two most important factors in taking great landscape photos is consistency and familiarity. By that I mean consistently practicing, getting out there in the field and practicing your landscape photography. And familiarity, I mean being familiar with your camera system and how it works, so that when you're under pressure you can react without having to think about it. And familiarity with your location as well, and your area, the weather conditions that are usually prevalent and so forth. Those things are what's going to improve your landscape photography the most. So to prove it to you, I'm going to gather up all my old cameras that I've used over the years, some from as way back as 2002. It'll be a little bit of nostalgic fun for me, maybe for some of you too if you've seen any of these cameras before. And I'm going to get out there in the field and take some landscape photos and show you that you can take great landscape photos as well, no matter what camera you have. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm really excited to get out there. So please stay with me and let's go. So I've come to a local area close to home called the Valley Lake here in Mount Gambier. It's a beautiful place, got a beautiful lake with some bird life, trees and a park, playground for the kids, so it's a great spot. If you're ever in Mount Gambier, pop down and have a look. It's fantastic for the family. You may notice that I've grown a bit more facial hair since the introduction to the video. Unfortunately, that's because the weather's been really bad for about the last week since I filmed the introduction, and it's forecast to be the same for another week or so. It's been very overcast, just a blanket of cloud, no good light really, lots and lots of rain, so it's been very difficult. So I thought I'd cut my losses and just get out and see what I can find. I've brought three of my old cameras with me. The Minolta Dimage 7i, which I bought back in 2002, late 2002, early 2003. 5 megapixel camera, fixed lens, 28 to 200mm. Very small sensor, but can still take great photos. Also my old Canon 300D, which I bought back in mid 2003. That's a 6 megapixel APS-C sensor, and my old Samsung GX10, 10 megapixel with an 18 to 55mm lens. I bought that back in around 2007, and they've all been great cameras to learn on and take great photos, so I won't bore you too much with the details of them. But I've just brought them out to show you that you can get good photos with any camera, so long as you just take your time and practice. a lot, and you can take great landscape photos with any camera. Just a few pointers I'd probably give to maximise the quality you're going to get out of any camera is to make sure you've always cleaned the lens with the lens cloth. Make sure the sensor's clean, no dust and dirt and so forth. Always shoot in RAW if possible, so you can extract the best quality out of your camera. And I'm only shooting auto white balance. You don't really need to shoot in anything else. As long as you're shooting in RAW, you can always adjust that later in post-processing. So, and one other tip is to always shoot at as low an ISO setting as you possibly can. That helps maximise the image quality. No matter what camera you're using, you can do those things with all and get the best out of your camera. So I'm going to just walk around, try and get some shots, and let's see what we can get. Hopefully the light might perk up a bit. All right, let's go. As you can see, I'm back home. I had a really great time down at the Valley Lake, just relaxing, wandering around, taking some photos. It was really nice. And as you could see towards the end of my time there, the sun did start to come out, peeked from behind the clouds, which was great. I haven't seen that sunlight for quite a while now. Now I'll be the first to admit that the photos I took were not award-winning images by any means, but I do think they illustrate my point that you can take great landscape photos with any camera that you might have. And like I said at the beginning of the video, as long as you take the time to learn the fundamentals of photography, learn and familiarise yourself with your camera system and its shortcomings and so forth, you can take great photos with any camera. Now I'd like to leave you with one more thing to think about, and that is that image quality and a quality image are really two completely different things. To me, you can have an image with amazing image quality, but it's not necessarily a quality image. And you can also have a higher quality image that doesn't necessarily have great image quality. To me, an amazing image is like a novel or a great story. It's all about the story, what the image says to you or to your viewer, the audience. Does it invoke an emotion in them? Does it make them use their imagination? Does it tell them a story about what they're looking at? That's what makes a great image. And the image quality is more, to me, like the binding that the great story or novel is bound in. It might be a beautiful cover, hardback cover with beautiful paper that you love to feel as you turn and read the story, but that only enhances the story. It's not what makes the story great. Image quality is the same. That's not what makes the image great. The image is made great by the story that you tell through the image. What you put in, what you leave out of the image is also a lot of the time more important than what you put into the composition. So I think that's an important thing to think about. We need to stop worrying so much about megapixels and noise and image quality and focus more on the composition and getting across what you want to get across in the image. So that to me is far more important. Anyway, I'd like you to think about that. Let me know what you think in the comments below, please. I'd love to hear what you think about it. And if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button. It really helps me out to get my videos out there to more people. And if you haven't yet, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that in the future when I upload more videos, you'll be notified. I had loads of fun today. Thanks very much for watching. I really appreciate it. And just to finish off, I'm going to leave you with a few photos from my newer cameras that I use currently. That's the Pentax K1 original, the Olympus EM5 Mark II, and previously to that, my Pentax K3 APS-C. They're all great cameras and take great photos. I'm just going to leave you with a few of my favourites that I've taken with those cameras. So thanks again for watching. Really appreciate it. Take care.